Hi, in this video I want to teach you how to make this Tunisian crochet hat. It's very easy to make, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make this hat. To make this woman's Tunisian hat, the yarn I'm gonna use is Bernat Super Value and Bernat Premium. They both are 100% acrylic in 4-ply or medium 4. This color is topaz and this one is white. The topaz is going to be the main color of the hat and the white is the accent color. You're going to need tapestry needle, scissors, measuring tape, and your Tunisian crochet hook of 6mm. Well, this one's the only one that I have right now. I already ordered some at eBay, China. They have very good prices, very good deal there. So if you want to order some, yes, you can check it out and give it a try. I already have made a baby's boy's hat, a men's hat. Now I'm going to show you how to make the woman's hat, and after I want to show you how to make a little girl's hat, but that one will be with a set of the hat and a scarf. So let's start making this woman's Tunisian crochet hat. You're going to start with a slip knot. And you're going to do a chain of 75. My 75 chain will measure 21 inches. And 21 inches in centimeter is almost 53.5 centimeters, and that is the circumference like that of the hat. You'll continue doing your chain until you have your 75. Once you have your 75 chain, this loop will be the loop for the first chain. So this is how you always do Tunisian crochet, how you cast knot, going through the chain and passing through and pulling that loop and leaving that loop on your hook. Pass it again to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. You'll do that until you have your 75 loops on your hook. Remember to count, because you have to have all the loops done. You'll do that all the way to the end. I did just a short chain because I already had made my 75 and I worked for a bit. And this is the brim. You see how it rolls? That's how the brim gonna roll in your forehead, and this here will be the continuation of the hat. And that's why I only did a little chain to show you the stitch. That is the net stitch. So you're gonna cast on your hook your 75 loops. Once you cast on all your 75 loops, you're gonna pass through the first one like that. Only the first one you pass it through one. The rest is through 2 loops. Like that. You're going passing 2 at a time until you get to the end. And like that's how you do the first row. No matter what stitch you're doing, the first row is always the same. You pass it through that loop in the front and the next one. Now we're going to do the net stitch, and you're going to pass your hook in between those 2 little posts that you will see in the next stitch. You pass it through, you pull your yarn through that, and you have your second loop. Here I wanted to show you a better closer look, you see those two little posts there? Well, you're gonna pass it in between those two. You always have to pass in between those two to create the net stitch. You're gonna do that all the way until the end, until you have your 75 stitches on your hook again, like that. Here I am about to do the last stitch. So remember, you always had to grab those two strands of yarn at the end, always. That way your work is nice and straight. You pass it through those two strands and you have a straight edge. So you pass it through one and then through two, two and two, all the way to the end. If you're gonna do yours like mine, I'm gonna show you one more time how to do the stitch, and from there you can do 12 rows. This will be my second row already, so you have to do 12 if you do it like mine. If you're not, you can continue with this stitch all the way until you have the desired length. Now I'm gonna show you one more time. You're gonna pass your hook through those two posts, pull it through, and now you'll see the post better. You see, one in the front and one in the back, and you pass them through. Like that, you're gonna continue until you have 12 rows. If you don't have nothing to count your row, it's easy to count them on the side. You will see these chains looking stitch on the side, and so that's what you count. And here on mine I had 12 row already done. Here I finished my 12 row, or I had done my 12 row, and now we're gonna integrate the white. But if you want to do it just with one color, you will continue working with that same stitch until you have the length that you desire for your hat. For mine, I'm gonna change with the two, work with the two color. So I did my first loop. I'm gonna go to the second loop, and now I'm gonna do a slip knot, the white, and I'm gonna leave here a loop. Now I'm gonna pass it through here, through the third one, and I'm gonna grab the white and I'm gonna pass. You see, I have the topaz on top of the white yarn, and I'm gonna pass that loop through that, and I create my third loop. Now to work the rest of the stitches, I'm gonna grab the white. I'm gonna put the white resting like that on the piece, and the topaz on top of my finger, and that will be easier to work with. Now I'm gonna pass it through, and I'm gonna pass the topaz, and I'm gonna do that for 4 loops. Yeah, let me remove the tail. That tail I will lose later. I don't want to pull the tail here instead of the working yarn. Now I'm gonna pass it in number 5, and I'm gonna pass the white, just like that. I'm gonna go to the next and bring up the topaz for 4 loops, like that. Now I pass it through and pull the white. It's very easy to do, and remember, like that, it's gonna look on the back. Don't pull the white too tight, otherwise it will start to wrinkle your hat. They're gonna be nice and flexible. And the trick is to bring the white like that as you work. Again, you do 4 at the topaz, and the number 5 is the white. And working like this, you don't gonna have your yarn tangle whatsoever. You see, I have my white on one side and the other one in the other side. and I'm pulling them through the inside. So you're going to continue working like this until you have 3 at the toppers on your hook at the end. You'll end with 3. Sorry, I mentioned we're going to finish with 3, but we're going to finish with 2 if we did the counting right. Now we're going to pass it through 1. We're going to turn work backwards. So we're going to pass it through 2. And now we have 1 at the toppers, and the next one will be the white one. So now we'll have to change to work with the white. We have to bring the white back again, like that. Now we're going to let go of the white and we grab the toppers. And we put through 2, 2, 2, and 2 until again we have the toppers, and the next one will be a white. We let go of the toppers and grab the white and we pass it through. Remember, don't pull the white too tight because you have to have it nice and loose on the back, but not too loose either, but a nice tension. Now again we grab the toppers and pass it through 2, 2, 2, and 2. Again we had 2, the topaz and the white. We have to grab the white again, and we pass it through. Now again we grab the topaz, and you have to make sure if your yarn starts to tangle up in the back, you just stop, untangle, and again work with your yarn. But mine is no tangling whatsoever. I always working with my white under. Okay, so I let go of the white and I grab, you see, on top of that one with this one, and I'll continue doing this all the way to the end. Like that, you're going to finish row number 13. Now for row number 14, and look how nice I look. This project is especially for those ladies that they don't know how to knit and they want to make a hat that look like it's netted. This is your opportunity to do this. Okay, now for the row 14, please keep rolling up in front of my camera. You're gonna pass it through here to the next space stitch, and we don't gonna pass this one, we're gonna pass the white like that. And now we're gonna pass again the white, and again the white 3 times. Now we're gonna grab the topaz, we're gonna pass 1 and twice like that. Now again, have to make sure that we grab, I still bringing the tail around, the white. And always the white I have it under the other color. I have 2. And 3. Now again, 1 and 2 of that color, and you will have 1, oops, grab the wrong one, 1, 2, and 3 of the white. Like that, you're going to continue all the way until the end, until you have only 1 of this color. One thing that I wanted to show you is when you're working the white, when you go to grab it, make sure that you don't grab under that strand in the back from the row before. You had to grab on top, you see, like that. Grab the white one on top and pass it through, because if you grab under, you will tie that stitch again. Okay, you see, I make sure that it's like that. It's a little bit of work, but the result is worth the effort, if that's the right word. See, I'm making sure that it's on top, and now with the topaz. Pass it through. Because if you do it the other way, it will tie that stitch again. Because and then you'll be working 2 rows under. Yeah, you have to make sure that you are on the top. And like that you're gonna continue. I just wanted to mention that way, just in case it start to, don't look right. And yes, that little tip. Here I'm at the end. Now I have to turn my work back. And what we're gonna do is, with the topaz color, pass it through one, and now we're going to chain to the white, and look, my yarn is not tangled, not even once. Now I pass through two, and two. Now I have one white, and the next will be the topaz. So now I have to change to the top, and you see I always bring the topaz on the top. Pass through two, and pass it through two. I have one topaz, and the next one will be the white, so I had to change to the white. And you see I always carry the white underneath. So, and remember, don't pull the yarn too tight. Two and two, and now you see I have the white and the topaz next, so I have to change color. You see my topaz always on the top of the white, so that way they are not tangling. It's very easy that way. Pass one through two, and pass it through two, and now change to the white. Voila. And again, change to the topaz. I hope you saw that. Let me do it one more time. I grab the white. Pass it two, and two. Now I'll change the color. And two, and two. You're gonna continue like that until the end. Here I'm gonna finish row number 14, and instead of finish with the topaz color, I'm gonna finish with the white, because I want to start this row, gonna be row number 15, completely white. So we're gonna do our loops all whites. And you have to make sure when you're working this one here, I'm gonna leave my yarn here, my topaz yarn, because when I start working in the next row, I will bring her up again and work with this one too. So here, we're gonna pick in the white all the way to the end, and you have to make sure, you see, you will have these strands here, you have to bring them under, like that, because if you have them on the top, that will bring the row before this one up. So you have to make sure you're working under those strands. You see, this one come again, you pass it through here, and you make sure that that one's under your hook. I hope you guys can see well, like that. Go to the next one, under, go to the next one, under. Like that, you're going to continue all the way to the end. Here I am at the end, so you're going to pass it through one, and then through two, all the way till the end. This will be a completely white row, like that. I wanted to show you how nice the design starts to look. Here to finish row number 14, and instead of finishing with my white, I'm going to finish that loop there with the topaz color. And now I'm going to do again with the white. Another white. And another white. And now we're going to change here to the topaz. Now we're doing the reverse. We're doing row number here. That will be row number 14. What we did in 14. But if you like, you can continue another row with the white, or more, 2, 3 more rows with the white. Make the white wider. But for mine, it will be like this, because I want to do this design a few times. So now I have 1, 2, and 3 white, and now again I go with the topaz. Like that, you're going to continue until the end. Like this, you're going to finish here at the end, and now you're going to pass it through 1, and now we're going to change to the white, pass it through 2, 2, and 2. I have the white and the topaz, and now you change to the topaz. Always the topaz through the top. And remember, always leave those strands of yarn very loose in the back, otherwise your hat don't want to stretch. It'll be too tight on the top there, where the design is. So pass it through 2, 2, and 2. And now change the color. 2, and 2. Change the color to white. Like that, you're going to continue. This is like row number 14, all the way to the end. And it will look like that. Now we're going to do row number 17, and row number 17 will be like row number 13, and that's the repetition we are doing. Now we have 1 with the topaz, now we're going to do 2, and now we have to do a white, and now we're going to do 4 with the topaz, and now 1 with the white, and remember, always on top of that strand of yarn that we're leaving behind. Those ones, they are here, those long ones. And now we have to do 4 with the topaz color, and 1 with the white. And like that, you're going to continue all the way to the end. Here now we're going to cast off exactly the same that we did row number 13. You pass it through 1, you pass it through 2, and now you have a topaz and a white. And now you grab the white and pass it through with the white, and now you pass it through the topaz, through 2, 2, 2, and 2 until you have the topaz and the white, and then you grab the white and you pass it once through the white, then you grab the topaz again and you pass it through 2, 2, 2, and 2 until you have the topaz and the next the white, and you grab the white and pass it with the white. Like that, you're going to continue all the way to the end. For row number 18, what I'm doing is I finished row 17. For row 18 is doing 1 row with the topaz color without the white. It is exactly the same as we did the white here. That was 1 row completely white, but this one going to be completely topaz. Like that. and that's row 18. Here I finished row 18. For row number 19, we're gonna start like we did row number 13 with the white. The only thing that we don't have to do a slip knot because we already have our white yarn in here. In this row, it's like a row 13, you're gonna do only one of the white. You see there, you do 4 at the topaz color, and 1 of the white, and then you will repeat the rest. You'll have 3 of the white, and then all of the white, and then back again to finish the diamond. I want you to do 3 of this design, and then when we have our 3, I will measure my hat and will let you know if we're going to start with the decrease or what we're going to do next, because I want to be this hat and a slouchy hat. Okay, so remember 3 of this design. This is 1, and then now we start number 2 and then number 3. So you will have to go, if you don't remember how you did this, go back to that part on the video where I did this part, the white part. Here I finished the third motif, and look how nice that look. But these 3 motifs that I give to mine and the 12 row here, it only gave me 30 row, and it's not long enough for my hat. I need to make it longer. So I'm gonna continue working with the topaz color off camera, and I will let you know how many row I will give to my hat and how many centimeters and inches, just in case you want to do your hat like mine. But for mine, I'm gonna continue working only with the topaz color, but if you like, you can continue working with the design. It's up to you. Before I continue with my work, I'm gonna cut my yarn here. I'm gonna lose that tail and that one here from the beginning, and then I'll continue with my work. Here so far I done 41 row, and I'm ready to do the decrease. And this 41 row measure 25.5 centimeters from here to here, or 10 inches. To start with the decrease, we already have 1 loop on our hook. Now we're going to pass 2 together. That will be this one here and the other one. You pass it through to the back, pull it through, and we have a decrease. Now we do 1 without a decrease, and then the next one we do a decrease. Pass it through those 2, and pass it through, and a decrease. Now again, 1 normal and a decrease. You see, I pass it through those to the back, grab the yarn from the back, pass it through, and I have a decrease. Make sure that you don't go back here again, you see, and do another stitch, because you will be doing an extra stitch. You have to go to the next one and do your regular one. And like that, you're going to continue all the way to the end. When I get to the end, I will let you know how many loops I have left on my hook. Here I did a single one, and now I have to do 2 together, and it's at the end I have 2, so I'm going to pass it through this one and through the last one. Remember, always grabbing those 2 strands of yarn. You pass it through there, and you had your last decrease. Now I'm going to count the number of stitches left on my hook. I have 50 loops left on my hook. Now I'm going to pass it through 1, and then pass it through 2, pass it through 2, 2, 2, until I get to the end of this row. Here I finished row number 42, and for 43 and on, it will be exactly the same as 42. 2 together, 1 separate, 2 together. And until you have left on your hook maybe 10, 9, 8, 7 loops. But it's the same decrease on each row. 2 together, 1 separate, 2 together, 1 separate. Like that you will continue, and then I will let you know what to do next. In the row 42, when you put the 2 together, was 2 together on the end, and this one will be only 1. Sometimes you get 2, sometimes you just get 1 at the end. Here I have 11 loops left on my hook. I can continue if I want and leave last, but I'm gonna stop here. This is the casting on for row number 46. So now what I'm gonna do is wrap the yarn around the hook and pass that yarn through all those 11 loops until I get to the end. Once you pass it through all your loops, you're gonna wrap your yarn on the hook and chain 1. Now you're gonna cut your yarn long enough to sew your hat all the way to the bottom. And like I always say, it's better to have extra yarn than no enough. So I'm gonna cut my yarn and I will show you how to finish your hat. Here I'm gonna pull through that loop, and then I'm gonna get my tapestry needle and I'm gonna start sewing. You're gonna end with the top of the hat like this, but I recommend to pass through with the tapestry needle your yarn again all the way around. That way that little circle there is nice and strong. Now to close the hat, you're gonna be sewing in a zigzag from one side to the other one, and remember to match every stitch to every stitch that you have in one side. You match it to the other and the other side. Like this. Because you have the same amount of stitch or row in each side, so you have to have the same amount of stitches. Like that you're going to continue until the end, and then we will have our hat done. Here to sew the union of the white, in the topaz color I'm grabbing the top strand, and here on the white I grab the bottom strand, the bottom from this one and the bottom from this one, and when you put it together you don't have the seam of this color on top of that white. When you have like a 4 or 5 loops left at the end, you're going to turn your work. You've been working through the outside, now you're going to work through the inside. And because you don't want, when this roll, to show this on the outside. So you're going to work those strands or those loops here at the end. The last one with the last one. Like that. And when this roll, you see, it will be a better seam. Here at the end, I'm going to tie these to a strand of yarn, and first I'm going to pass this through here and then pass it through the other side. That way you don't see here anything that don't look right. Your hat or beanie gonna look like this. I love the result. And in the beginning I mentioned this is a woman's hat design, but this design you can make it for a man's hat or beanie, or for a adolescent or teenager or babies, any type of hat that you want to make for any person you can do with this design. So now I'm gonna put it on my mannequin. I will show you the end result. Here is the end result, and I just love this beanie or hat. I'm not that loving of hats, and I tried this one on and it looked really nice. And look how nice it looked, like I spent hours and hours knitting. Now I'm going to show you the back view. This is how the hat looked on the back. It looked really nice. And the design on the side, I just love this hat. Well, I hope you guys like it and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make the hat and you want to send me some picture, I'm gonna leave here in the description box my Facebook link, so you can send me any question or any message, picture, anything you want to communicate with me. You can do it through there too. Well, have a beautiful day. Bye.